Viktor Orban's having a bad day as he learns that his conference's venue has pulled out with just days before it's meant to start. Pressure had been going for weeks from human rights campaigners and local anti-fascists about the far-right conference hosting a slew of individuals hoping to damage or destroy democracy. National Conservative Conference started up in 2019 and has been hosted around the world. It has become the European version of CPAC, where the who's who of the far right come together from around the world to swap stories. But overwhelmingly, it is a fundraiser hoping to bring in vast amounts of money through ticket sales and other contribution to be able to fund the global far-right movement seeking to damage and destroy our democracies. Co-sponsors include the Edmund Burke Foundation, based out of D.C., led by Yoram Hazony, a former aide to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and writer of the far-right paper The Virtue of Nationalism. Another co-sponsor is the Herzl Institute, led by far-right activist Rafi Eiss. In a post promoting the event, they said that they were being challenged by progressive cultural neo-Marxists in a bid to capture leading institutions on both sides of the Atlantic. Cultural Marxism is a dog whistle for the Yahtzee term cultural Bolshevism. So who's gonna be there, or who was meant to be there rather? We have Nigel Farage headlining, Suella Braverman, Viktor Orbán. But it is truly a who's who of every scummy person on the far right. We have European nobility, shady think tankers, politicians, and all the people in between. This year includes speaker from Spain's Vox, Poland's Law and Justice, France's National Rally, including speeches from Eric Zemmour, an out-and-out anti-Semite and fascist. Even Catholic cardinals like Gerhard Müller, a far-right hardliner who stated recently Jesus would go to prison because he spoke out the truth about marriage between a man and a woman. Or British academic Matthew Goodwin, a Brexit backer and British academic who argued that Britain is run by a woke new elite despite having himself worked for the Conservative Party that governs it. Also speaking is Monica Gabriela Bartovizovits, who recently tweeted that multiculturalism requires a police state. Or UK Times writer Melanie Phillips, who argued that climate change wasn't real and called the BBC recently the Hummus Broadcasting Corporation. So instead of spending a few days in this fancy venue, they will now be scrambling to find a new venue to put up their far-right conference and hope to recoup all the things that they have lost just in the last few hours. This is the work that is done by human rights campaigners and anti-fascists around the world, making sure the cordon sanitaire is held in place. The only thing that keeps us from falling back into fascism is by not giving them space in civil society. It's important to understand that this has to be done all the time, because if you give the far right an inch, they take a mile, and then we all suffer. Thank you.